This is what all the components look like for the R2C Performance Cold Air Intake system for the 4-liter V6 Mustangs. This is what the kit looks like. Now we're going to get started installing it.
We're going to start by disconnecting the negative battery cable. Alright, now that we've disconnected the negative battery terminal, we're going to remove the factory airbox fastener by using a 10mm socket.
Okay, next we need to remove the intake tube clamp and then the crankcase tube, so we'll get doing that. Now you just have to loosen it up, and this one you have to pull this down and over and then up and around. And it just comes off. Okay, next we need to remove the MAF connector. Just slide the red clip out and then pull it back, and then we're going to pull out the factory air system. And then we're going to go and pull these screws out and keep the mass airflow sensor. There we go.
Alright, next we're going to trim the factory crankcase tube right here. There's 2 bends. You want to do it right after the second bend here. Alright, now we're going to insert the fitting into the underside of the intake tube. To do that, we've got this little rubber grommet. Got to get that in there. Once you get that grommet in there, take the white elbow and insert that in there. Then you can take this new hose and put it on the end of that.
Okay, next we're going to put together all the intake housing components. This piece goes on the front, and you have 4 screws that you have to line up with the holes here. And then this piece goes on the back, and you have to line up those same 4 holes. Okay, next you need to attach the filter to the filter housing. The rubber side here is going to be on the top side when you install it, so I recommend putting the screw on the top side for ease of cleaning once the kit's installed. So you just slide it on and then tighten it up with the flathead.
Alright, now we're going to attach the mounting brackets. The first one goes here on the fender. Next we're going to take a 5/16 socket. There's a screw back in here that we got to take out so we can put that other bracket on.
Okay, next you want to tighten up the screws and bolts that are supplied with the kit to secure the intake housing. And we're going to move on to the next step.
Alright, next we're going to install the tube connector hose onto the filter adapter with the clamps provided. Make sure that you have the screws up where you can get to them. Okay, now we're going to install the tube connector onto the throttle body.
Okay, next we're going to install the factory mass airflow sensor into the R2C intake tube. Metal side goes up. Okay, and then next you need to install the intake tube. We're going to finish tightening this up over here and then install the end on the throttle body. And tighten that down.
Alright, now we're going to connect our crankcase tubes, the one that we put in the bottom of the intake tube, and then the one that we cut earlier. We're just going to slide that in. Slide it as far as you can in there. Alright, now we're going to reconnect the mass airflow sensor. Slide that in and push the red button down.
Okay, next we're going to reconnect the negative side of the battery terminal, and then we're going to go over and double check all our connections and make sure everything's tightened down.